things begin. Some days they're bright, some days they're not. So I brought my board with. When I hold my board this way, you see a flat one. You see the center, you see the right, you see the left. If this was a pipe, it would go straight in between. The pipe would be around. That would be 4. This, okay, is known not as a 4, but as a 3, because it doesn't go around. It follows through it. When I hold it this way, you can barely see it at all. Again, it's part of a 4. It's got 2 corners at the top, and it's got 2 corners at the bottom. This is one side, 2 and 2 is 4. If you go to Legos, when they show you the 4 size, they say it's one whole. There's a good explanation for this, because with the pieces of Legos, and today I'm going out to buy some Legos, okay, I want to see what I can do in the art I can come up with by putting the Lego pieces together and then turning them upside down and re-understanding what's going on as they have to fit together. What is in, what is out. So in this rotation, you would see the bottom side, 2 corners, and 2 corners is 4, and you would see the top side, 2 corners and 2 corners of 4. We all know that if we bend this in half, we must make it perfect squares. We must cut it all into triangles and build our rectangles from our triangles, our right angles, whichever which way you want. Could you see how we're deflecting the light? With a piece of wood, with just a little piece of wood and keeping the light off my face. That should I let in a little light? Just a little bit of light. And don't forget, I'm not a scientist. I do stupid things. I do nutty things that can't hurt anybody. I try everything, and it's so easy. I try to think that I'm using my head, but I'm not. I'm using my mouth and I'm using my arms. What am I using in my head? Your perception of how I perceive is the only reality I'll ever know, or you'll ever know. Or the reality is, that's it. We don't look into, oh, that's the reality, I'm looking at this. You know, when you're inspecting a car, you sit down with 2-3 people and you walk through the car and you go, the leather's a little thin. What do you think about the leather? Well, let's take 4 pieces of leather. You tell me the difference between these 4 qualities of leather that 100 million people in the earth already said, this is the one they like. But it ain't the best. The reality is the leather you have achieved of getting was a by-process of putting glue between them and keeping them together till eventually they become one. A solvent glue. Isn't that the way they said it? The horses give glue? So we come a little offline, and all of a sudden one of my eyes looks a little bluer. Blue with the light, blue with the light, but as I turn away from the light, the eye seems to turn color. The illusion? Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Somebody just put something up. I just noticed his name was Dr. Death. It was from the Sacred Cow, and somehow between 2010 and 2014, I was like all over the place. Don't get me wrong. Nothing has changed. I'm still all over the place. And only because I can go all over the place, I can say 1,000 different things. And if I say the same thing as everybody else, does that make me aware? Smart? But if I say 1,000 things nobody has ever heard, then I have created 1,000 ideas for 2 people. 2,000. 2,000 ideas for 4 people. For 4,000 ideas for 40 people. If each person had 10. For 400 million ideas. From one idea for every 2 videos I put out is 1,700 ideas. If there was an idea in every 5 videos I put out, that would be 600 ideas. For 10 people that I know, will be 6,000 ideas. For 5 people that they know is 30,000 ideas. And so on and so on. And lo and behold, if you look at Facebook and all these other metrical combinations, which I like to say is just a bunch of people getting together, everybody's got 100 friends minimum! 900 million people on Facebook, and everybody's got 100 friends, and I've got no longer 3,000 video ideas, but 50 ideas. 50 ideas from 3,000 videos times 900 million people talking on these sites. 50 by 900 million is bringing me to the smartest guy in the entire world because I said something nobody knew 60 times. There were 3,000 ideas, but 2,400 were already noted by somebody else that was recognized. Do not forget, under the category of recognition. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Hollywood Distortion, Ars Gratias Artis. George Nickelback, on the nickel of 1940s plus. If you look at George and what it is written, and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Hollywood Distortion, Ars Gratias, says a whole lot more because in the word Ars, it's only one letter. A owns one letter in the third world. 6, 6, 6. 18 in the A family, automatically saying 19, and we're on the second side of 18, or the first one is 19, and the last one is 18, or the first one is 18, and we're going down to number 1, and the first one is 19, and we're going to 36. And we're going to put 36 and 1 together is 37, and in Loshu, that is the gateway of Zion. 3746, not because I say so, but those are the numbers that tell the story of the reality that I am in presently. I shall take you with me, and hopefully you shall peek over and not accept it right away. See for yourself what you read. Then we can expand if we understood the same story. If you knew what yes meant, and I knew what yes meant, we can do it. Ken? But if you don't know Ken, then how can you put Barbie on a stick? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus? That answer will be in the commentary.